Alright, so we don't have to get out the stuff from yesterday, but in our notes from yesterday, we found that since f is continuous on the interval from -3 to 0, and f of 0 is less than -3/2 is less than f of 3, the IVT guarantees there's some value on that interval such that f of c equals -3/2. Now, today, we're going to find that value of c. And so this is mostly just using algebra, which sometimes is more difficult in calculus than using calculus because I don't know, you don't practice it as much as we used to. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and take this function, and instead of x, I'm going to put it in c. I don't think that is a deal breaker. If you leave it as x, I don't think you're going to lose points for that, but I like to use the variable they tell us to use. All right, so let's think back. Maybe Algebra 1. What would you guys do to solve this? Yes, ma'am? Yeah, cross multiply. Some people call it butterfly. Do you guys remember butterfly? All right, so we're going to multiply that. So it's going to be 2c plus 8 equals -3c plus 3. And then we're going to, I feel like I don't have to walk you through this. Alright, so if I put -1 into that function, I should get -3/2. -1 does fall in that interval, so that is our value that's guaranteed. So before, that was the only example I did. The ones on your assignment might be a little more challenging, so we're going to do another one. Alright, so I just have the statement. Since f of x equals that, and is continuous on the interval from 3 to 7, and -1 falls in between those, the intermediate value theorem guarantees blah, blah, blah. So, what am I going to do first? Put c in for x. What do I want it to equal? We want it to equal -1. Alright, so how do I solve a quadratic equation? Before we factor, we need to get everything on one side. Good job. Now, it is possible that there are two values that are the c we're talking about, but are both of these the c we're talking about? No, it has to fall in that interval, so we're only talking about 5 here. All right, and then the last example is a calculator allowed example. So I'll show you how to do this. You can grab one. You do now have one assigned to your name up there if you need one. So what we're going to do on this one is we're going to go ahead and go to y equals and type this in. Oh, do you guys know how to do sine squared?
I think you taught us once.
I did. So we're going to do sine of x, close the parentheses, squared. If you don't do the parentheses, it squares the x and not the sine. Alright, now I'm going to change my window a little bit when you guys are ready. Alright, so I'm just going to change my x to 0 for my min and pi over 2 for my max. Now this is from where I actually used this today in my other class. 0 to 35 is probably not a good y. Typically on these trig, we do -4 to 4 on the y. It doesn't really matter though. Okay, so let's look at the graph. There we go. Oh, I didn't do another thing I needed to do. What do I want this to equal? 5. So the other thing we're going to do is make y2 5. Oh, we need to be higher than 4, don't we? Sorry.
Negative 5 to 5.
Let's do 6. There we go. All right, so what do I do now? You guys tell me.
6 extra is 6.
Good job. Boom. All right, and then we need to be accurate to 3 decimal places, so we can either round or we can truncate. 100% your call.
Let's truncate.
All right. All right, so C, 1.059. All right, what questions do you guys have? All right, it's not too bad. So on your assignment, yesterday, I still have your paper. Did I give them back to you? I did. The papers from yesterday, now you're just gonna do the B part. So if the IVT was not applicable, you don't do this today. You just skip that problem. So anytime it was applicable, we can find the C. You can wait and do it Monday. That's fine.